What's up, guys? What's up everybody? Rabbi Brian Jones here from RBJ Creative Studio, and today we're bringing to you another tutorial. But today we didn't add a video because this one is quite quick, very fast. It's one eye opener. I think every graphic designer needs to know. So real quick, let me get my image. So we are learning something about perspective, how to warp your text in your perspectives, how to add images, let it be in a perspective manner. So as you can see, we have a picture here of is it an art gallery or something? Yeah. So what we are going to do is we're going to warp our text. We are going to warp our text into a perspective form so that the text looks like it's been pasted to the wall. So real quick, let's head down to our text and create something real quick. So a little bit of delay. Okay, nice. So let's type creative real quick. What? Oh, come on, creative. Sorry guys, the brain goes faster than the hand. So I think so. So when you get your text, it looks, and one thing you should know is whenever you type something, or whenever you bring an image or an object into your Photoshop, it comes as a smart object, meaning you cannot cut any part of it, you cannot do anything to it, you can't harm the text or the object or the image, because it comes in as a smart object. So you'd want to rasterize the image or the text before you can do anything to it. So we are about to rasterize the creative, and as you all know, I've already taught you it wasn't a tutorial, but then it was a hint I gave out in one of my videos. So creative, you'd have to go to E, that's eraser. So you attempt to erase the creative, and if you click on it, they will tell you this type layer must be rasterized before a whole lot. Then you just click on OK. Then we have our rasterized text here. So let me undo this and show you the reason why we have to rasterize our text. So we want to stick our text to the wall. So first of all, you make sure you hit your Ctrl T for your transform. If you don't hit your Ctrl T, you can just move on to your move tool. Make sure you select your show transform controls. So when you select your creative, you see the transform controls pops up. So you just click on any of them and you've activated the transform. So what you have to do is make sure you hold your control and bring it to the edge of the text. So I bring it to the edge like this, and I just hold. You click and hold, then you drag to the to any part you want to do it. Now look at this. It's supposed to drag the E and the V and the IT only in a perspective manner, but due to it's being in a smart object, it's not going to give you that type of how do you call it, type of freely is there a word for this thing I'm about to say? No, it don't give you the chance to do what you want to do unless you rasterize the tool. You hit your E for eraser, you just click on it, OK for rasterize. So let's go again. We click for our transform, hold control, come to the end and drag. So as you drag, you can see there's a bit of difference. There's a lot of difference between the first one, that's the one with the smart object, that one that we've not done anything to it, and there's a bit of difference with this one too. So you just drag on top to the edge of the art gallery, then you make sure you drag the lower part too. It's like you're making sure the four corners or the 4 points in the object or the text aligns with our background. So right now we have 4. Let me just close this guy real quick. We have like 4 points here. There's this point here, that's the first point, then we have a second point, then we have a third and the fourth. So we make sure the upper part of the creative, that's the C, the top of the C, comes to this point. So the top of the C comes to this point, then the E comes to this point, then the down, that's the lower part of the C, comes to this point, then the lower part of this E comes to this point. And that's how we're going to achieve our perspective. So let's get to it. So you bring the upper part of the E, make sure you bring the lower part too, make sure you take so one thing you should know, if you try to warp inside back of the text, I mean you are trying to warp right back into the text, it doesn't work that way. So you have to find a way to make sure you're doing it right. So what I will do is just make sure I bring my text a bit close, like tease my way into it and ease myself into it, just so I don't get no problem. So the E comes, that's the upper part, and the lower part comes too. Then you make sure your upper part of the C and the lower part too works. So this is how it works. But then because of our angle and our perspective, you see we don't get it that well, but then we've achieved what we want. So this is creative right on the wall. And you can even add some overlays to make it blend with the background and stuff. Oh yeah, so let's find another image and warp around it so you get to know what I'm really talking about. So guys, there's this website that I get my images, that's on splash.com. On splash.com there's a whole lot of stock images, from barbecue to cocktails to pizza to whatever you need. Just head on to splash.com. And it's not a sponsored video, they've not paid me anything, but then it's a nice website. I get good images there. So I mean, I'm trying to, yeah, I don't have images here, so all I have to do is just make sure I choose another image. So as a graphic designer, you should have a lot of resources, a lot of images that you can choose around whenever you're working. So I don't think I'll find what I want here, so let me just go into my 160 interior designs, and I think definitely I'll get some here. Okay, so I have an image here, and yeah, so let's swap with this image. Let's bring it into our Photoshop real quick. Yep. And so I'm sure you all know the reason why my images passes through camera raw first. There's this setting I did. I'll make sure to leave the link in the description so you get it. So let's type our creative again. Oh, come on. Creative again. Reduce the size of the creative. Where's my C? Come on, C. I don't want no dots and stuff. So we rasterize it real quick. Then we hold our upper part of the E, make sure it hits that part. And looking at the way our how do I call this, like a background or something there. I mean, if you try to warp like from this part to this part, it's going to take a whole lot of text. So let me try so you guys can see something like this and something like this. You see, it takes a whole lot of text. Yeah, but then if you don't want it that way, you can just try to warp just this small part, that's the upper part of the background, something like this, and you're good to go. So if you look at the text right now, you can see it's like it's already there. So I mean, you can add some shadows to the text. That's the drop shadow, and oh, that's too much, reduce it, so just a little bit. You can add some drop shadows to it so it looks very real, looks like it's been pasted there and a whole lot. So I think that's it. And yeah, there's one thing I need to show you guys. That's the image, like any image or any object. So let me go into my resources, get something real quick. Where's this guy? There's this guy I really like. I really use him for most of my works. Oh, come on, where are you, man? Can't find you, man. Okay, I can't find it. So I mean, I'm not sure it's in this folder. So let me get something different, and this date will do. Let me just bring this date in real quick. So the date being an image or an object or whatever it is, you can just play along like we did with the text. So you just make sure, let's change the color of the date. It looks too black, so let's just choose white for it. White real quick. Okay, so you make sure you rasterize it too. Then you just hold the end, wrap it around, wrap it around, wrap it around, and wrap it around. Just get creative around it. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So something like this, something like this. Yeah, so I think I'm saying too much forgive me guys, I'm very sorry. Too many so this is it for perspective and whatever. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. I don't know why you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, because I already promised you guys I'm bringing you a whole lot of new fresh content. And besides, we're not going to do tutorials only. I'll be bringing you something different way on it. So yeah, my name is Robbie Jones from RBJ Creative Studio. You can follow us on Instagram at RBJ_creative_studio. And yeah, so see you guys later.